Single Queen, this is Desmond Booker, your favorite Christian dating, relationship, and success coach. We help you go from single to successfully dating. We also help you in your success go from one level to the next level. We're glad to be on here tonight. Real quickly, I just wanted to jump on because I'm excited about what I have for you. As many of you are telling me that you're wanting and desiring to be in a relationship. And we're going to contrast that tonight. That's what we're going to be talking about. Wanting versus being ready for love. Wanting love versus being ready for love. Now, I want to begin to preface that many times when I talk about want, I'm not talking about how we can talk about the want will turn into a desire. I'm not going there because want will turn into a desire, which we call the attraction piece, right? But we're not going to go on. The want that I'm talking about is wanting to have love versus ready for love. Okay? So what does that look like? Many times is that you're feeling like you're desiring to be in a relationship and you're wanting to be in a relationship, right? And what happens is that somebody comes and approach you, and then once they come into your world, guess what happens? You thought you wanted to be in a relationship, but you found out that you were not ready for it. Okay, and it's like 4 or 5 people you're dating and you're getting to know them, and you're just like, whatever, it's just somebody else. I'll just go out with somebody else. And then the right person or a person that you really like actually shows up, and guess what begins to happen? You're not ready for him, and he begins to say certain things for you. And so, like we always preference and we always reference the diary of a mad black woman, right? She wasn't really ready for a relationship. She wasn't really even looking for a relationship, right? And definitely when the man came and she was in the midst of the divorce, guess what? He came, and now she was wanting that person, but guess what? She wasn't ready for that person. Of course, then she went back. And that's what I'm talking about. Wanting a person versus, guess what? Being ready for a person. Okay, and I'm using the diary of a mad black woman as a reference point, but really technically she didn't want anybody. Okay, and the reason why I'm bringing her up is because she didn't want to date anybody because she was coming out of this toxic marriage and actually was still married, and she didn't want anybody. But when the right person comes, that's what I'm saying. You're desiring, you're wanting them to come into your life, but when the right person shows up in your inbox, when the right person shows up at the grocery store and you're asking them about some fruit, right? When the right person shows up, are you really ready for that person? Okay, so you're praying and you're desiring to be in a relationship, but are you ready for that? All right. So the first thing that I wanted to preface in that is that wanting, your wanting often feels like you're searching for a missing piece. Okay, your wanting causes you to, like you're searching for a missing piece. That where is he? Right? Where is he? And that's causing you to fall into a spirit of desperation, even though you're not calling yourself desperate, and even though I'm not saying that you're desperate. When you get into that wanting, like I'm searching for this missing piece, it causes us to give off that energy of desperation. Okay, the desperation. So you want to stay away from that. I'm not wanting a relationship like that, right? I'm not searching for anybody. Reverse that. Being ready. Being ready for a relationship is being whole. I'm whole. I'm going to be the person that will attract the right person into my life. I'm not desperate. I'm not searching. I'm not looking. I'm whole, right? And so that's the difference between wanting. Now, again, this wanting is, I'm telling you, it's sneaky because you could be wanting, you could be at home wanting a relationship and you get a call. You can be wanting to be dating and somebody shows up, and it's so sneaky because in the midst of it, it's the desperation. So I want to contrast it. I want to talk about the wanting love versus the being ready for love. Okay. And it's two different energies. And I want to begin to contrast it so that you can begin to see the clear picture of, am I really wanting love? This is how I'm acting. Or am I really ready for love? And if you're not ready for love, then what you have to do is get ready, right? You get ready so you don't have to you want to be ready so you don't have to be getting ready. And that's my point tonight is I want you to really begin, because I'm telling you, it's all about the energy. And if you're not in the right energy, and if you're coming from want, which is really the poverty mindset, which is the lack mindset, is that something is missing, opposed to coming from the whole standpoint of the positiveness of the nothing is missing and nothing is lacking in my life, that causes it to happen. So what energy are you moving out of, right? And you have to begin to be honest with yourself. Am I really wanting a relationship where I feel like he's missing or something is missing, opposed to I'm whole, and when he shows up, we're going to be able to share what I've created and what he's created, and it's going to be a beautiful connection. Okay? And so that's what that's what we want to begin to do. And so the first thing when we begin to look at wanting versus being ready is the peace and the spark. Okay, this peace and the spark. Now, when I'm wanting a relationship, what am I looking for? I'm looking for that spark. I'm wanting that spark. It's even in chemistry. Oh man, this feels good. He looks good. He smells good. He sounds good. This is that wanting. I feel a spark about it, right? But the only thing about that is it causes you to overlook the red flags. It causes you to overlook that he's not the right person for you, even though he looks like the right person. You're not even compatible. You're causing yourself to be breadcrumbed. You're causing yourself to like him even though he's not the best for you, because you feel a spark. You feel an attraction. And because you feel that in the wanting, that's that spark that you're feeling, opposed to being ready. I'm coming from a place of wholeness, of my worth, of my value, and I can see through these lies. I can see through this is not a good fit for me, even though he sounds good, looks good, smells good, does all the right things, checks the boxes. He's not the perfect person that will fit into my life. Do you see that? So you see the spark, because I'm wanting a relationship and I overlook and I'm looking for chemistry, not compatibility and connection and communication and all that what I've taught you about. When you have found the right person, I'm overlooking that part because I'm wanting a relationship, opposed to being ready. I don't need a quote unquote spark. Yes, we have chemistry, but it's more than that. There's substance there, and this is the person that will fit into my world as I fit into his world, and we are a match for each other, and I don't need so much of a spark. Okay? Number two is being wanting and versus being ready. Let's look at number two, is that I'm evaluating and auditioning. Okay, I want you to think about this. I'm evaluating versus auditioning, which simply means that when I am wanting a relationship, I'm going to more or less put myself on display. I'm going to more or less audition for this person. We're not going to say that. We're not going to say that out loud to nobody, but this is what's internally happening. I found somebody that I like, and now I have to turn it on. I have to do certain things to cause him to like me. Because why? Because I'm coming from that place of wanting. I really want this relationship. So I'm going to go above and beyond to make sure that he likes me, that he chooses me, that he's turned on by me. All right. This puts you in a bad place of wanting, because again, when you're doing this, you're not being your authentic self. You're not being you, opposed to being what? Not auditioning, but coming to evaluate. I'm evaluating, not auditioning, but I'm evaluating, because why? I'm ready. I am ready to be in a relationship, and I'm evaluating. So when I'm going on dates, I'm not auditioning. When I'm learning and getting to know somebody, I'm not auditioning for them. I'm auditing them. I'm evaluating them. So evaluating and also you're auditioning. So I'm evaluating, is this the right person for me? What does he like? What 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 doesn't he like? What is his goals in 5 years? I'm evaluating to make sure that he's been. I'm not putting myself on no. I'm not auditing my. I'm not auditioning for nobody. I'm evaluating when I go on dates. And dating is me getting to know him, and he's getting to know me. In this auditioning and evaluating, with anything that I tell you as far as dating, you wanting to get to know them and them getting to know you. All right. I'm not auditioning. That comes from wanting. I am evaluating because I'm ready. When I'm ready, I'm ready. I'm not even fearing that the wrong person can come into my life. Why? Because I already know that I am aware of myself. I'm whole, I'm healed, and I'm ready for the right person. And it's so funny because when you look at the bank tellers, when they're not trained to see what the counterfeit dollar looks like, what the counterfeit bill looks like. They're so trained on what the real, authentic bill looks like. And so when the fake shows up, they can immediately tell because of they've been hanging around the real thing. And so when you're ready, you can tell when the counterfeit shows up. Because why? Because you've been already seeing yourself with the authentic thing, and you know exactly what you want. You see that? And so that is the difference between wanting and being ready. Let's go to this last one. I want to get into this. And so wanting is that you don't focus. So wanting, let's see. Wanting is asking the question, where are the men? Where are the men? When you are ready, your focus is on, where is my heart? That's good right there, isn't it? When you're focused on the men, that's why you're focusing on, where is he at? Because you're wanting to be in a relationship. But when you start asking, where is my heart? That's when you're focused on being ready. Because if my heart is not in it, if my heart and I'm not healed and I'm not attracting the right people, then I'm not ready. Let me take myself out of this dating pool. Let me take some back steps because my heart is not ready. I'm not ready. My mind is not ready. Let me get myself healed because I'm attracting people that are not whom I want to date. They're whom I want to get to know. You see that? I'm not asking, where are the men at? I'm not saying that there is a lack of men. I'm not saying that the dating pool is trash, right? Because I'm not even in their arena. I'm not even in a trashy dating pool. I'm in a dating pool that only a few select men are, and I'm ready when I step into that arena, when I step into that pool. So I want you to really begin to investigate that. Are you wanting or are you ready? Let's review real quickly. Ready is what? Is that I'm looking for that peace. He's going to bring a peace into my soul. He's going to bring a peace where he's going to cause me to feel safe. When I'm wanting, it's going to cause me to be looking for a spark because I'm wanting to fill this void. I'm wanting him, right? I'm wanting this chemistry. Ooh, this feels good. That's wanting. Don't need a spark. What I need is peace. I need to have him to make me feel safe, make me feel like this place is called home, right? Number two is that I'm evaluating versus the auditioning. So auditioning, I'm not auditioning for anyone. I'm not putting myself like I'm at some job interview, like I'm some piece of meat, right? No, that's wanting. I'm going to begin to evaluate the people that I'm meeting. And really, honestly, I'm so whole that I can I can walk away from somebody who is not the right person. Because why? Because I'm evaluating what's best for me. I'm coming from a different place of not wanting, but I'm ready. I'm ready for a relationship, so I'll even leave the one that looks so much like the right one for the right one. And number three is that I'm asking the right question. Am I I'm not focusing on where is the man. I'm focusing on where is my heart. I'm getting myself prepared. I'm getting ready for the person, because I know that when I'm ready, the right person is going to be ready, and I'm going to attract the right person. So hopefully you are in the position right now to being ready and not wanting a relationship. I'm telling you, there's so many single queens that are wanting to be in a relationship, but when he shows up, the fear arises. When he shows up, you can't be vulnerable and allow him to really get to know you because you're fearing. So tonight, in that contrast, I want you to really begin to think about and be honest with yourself. Are you wanting to be in a relationship, or are you ready to be in a relationship? This is good. Well, let's keep the conversation going. Any questions, comments, you can comment below. Send your questions, or you can DM me if you're watching this on Instagram or on our Facebook group, Queens Don't Settle. If you're on YouTube, you can comment below. Many of you are asking me questions. Yes, I still have availability opened up my books, 15-minute free session for you. Let's begin to find out really what's going on. Are you really wanting, or are you really ready for a relationship? What can I do to get ready? I have my our Singles to Successfully Dating membership open. You can get in that membership and work with us as we get you ready and get you prepared for that. You can ask me questions in that membership. Don't want to go into all of that, but for a very low monthly fee, I mean affordable Netflix type fee, you can get into the membership so that you can begin to get ready. And when you're going on these dates, you can come back and I can give you feedback on that. All right. Again, thank you for joining me. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit like and subscribe if this has given you any value. Have a great day. Remember, queens don't settle. You're going from no longer wanting a relationship to being ready for a relationship. Have a great day.